Mobile games have become a serious competitor to consoles and PCs when it comes to gaming. With huge games like League of Legends and Call of Duty adapting to mobile, one might ask what else could he or she find in the Play Store? And let's just say that some of the games available are truly remarkable, with enticing stories and smooth gameplay. But how good can the graphics get? Extremely good. Don't believe us? Well, just have a look at our top 10 mobile games and you can be the judge. Number 10. Walking Zombie 2. This game puts you in the usual post-apocalyptic world overrun by zombies. It's a survival RPG FPS game, so you know that the story and the combat are top-notch. You might wonder why this game is on this list at first, as the textures may seem a bit bulky, but believe me, it is just the art style. Think something akin to the LEGO games.
Sounds good. Will you cover me? Sure, I will cover you from the car.
But when action takes place, you will see how stunning the graphics truly are. Just look at this boss fight and tell me that doesn't equal some PC and console games. You will also see a few recognizable faces along the way, so be on the lookout.
Watch out!
Number 9. Off the Road. Next up, we have an open world driving game. Off the Road lives up to its name as you are free to wander around as much as you please, going through the wilderness and untouched terrain, picking which mission you want to do. There are many car designs, and they're all pretty detailed and interesting in their own way, but where this game really shines is the landscape. The textures of all the nature shots you will come across are very realistic and pleasing to the eye. And if you want to go by the tried and true method of judging the graphics by how water is rendered, you will not be disappointed. Isn't it just mesmerizing? The game also has very nice and clean audio effects, making you really feel like you're off the road in nature. Number 8. Sky Gambler Storm Raiders. Speaking of amazing views, we have to give some love to Sky Gambler's Storm Raiders. It's an air combat game that takes place during World War II. As a dogfight simulator, it does its job perfectly, with very smooth but intense battles that prioritize strategy rather than mindless shooting. And the view is incredible. The attention to detail in this game is astounding, with day and night shifts, HDR renderings, and a plethora of effects that make the game vibrant and realistic. Just look at this fight. The clouds look picturesque, the water is in high resolution, and there's even a sun glare when you look upwards so that you can be fully immersed into the fight. Number 7. Backfire. Next up we have Backfire, a game which has you killing waves after waves of demons, with the only twist being you can only fire from the back of your ship. So, the name is a pun. Clever. Just like a few games on this list, normal missions are standard, appearance-wise, but everything is cranked up a notch when the boss battle begins. Having a similar feel to Castlevania or even Undertale, the boss battles are intense, and you will likely not beat them on your first try. And considering that the game is only 80 megabytes, you can say that their goal to make a fun retro game without frying your mobile definitely didn't backfire.
There was a time when I found myself funny. But today, you have proven me wrong.
Alright, I'll show myself out now. Number 6. Marvel Super War. We already mentioned League of Legends at the beginning, but we want to shed light on another MOBA, which might be just as fun.
The heroes have entered the arena.
Marvel Super War is a classic-style MOBA with, you guessed it, characters from the Marvel Universe. If farming, clearing jungle camps, and having epic teamfights in order to destroy the enemy's base was fun in other games, just imagine doing it as Thanos. Here we can see him grabbing a quick double kill when a teamfight breaks out in the river. Just a reminder, this is a mobile game. I feel I'll have to stress that a lot in this video. Number 5. Armed Heist. playing PayDay? Nope, I'm playing the mobile game Armed Heist. As the name suggests, your mission is to perform the perfect heist and get out with as much loot as you can. You can pick your gear and modify your weapons for maximum efficiency. As an FPS game, it can hold its own among the many console and PC games, and the graphics are just as impressive. Take the shootout for example. There are particles for shooting the car, even pieces flying off and the window cracking, and the background is lively, so there is never a dull moment. I mean, if you consider a normal shootout with a cop a dull moment. Number 4. Pascal's Wager. Next up, we have an action role-playing game called Pascal's Wager. This game has a huge, overarching story and even an encyclopedia just so you can keep up with the lore. The combat is something akin to Dark Souls, as you can't really force yourself through. You have to be smart and only attack when there is an opening. The world is as grimy as they get, and the high-quality textures really make you feel like you're playing a AAA title. The controls are very intuitive, and I bet you won't be able to stop playing this game once you are thrown into its dark adventure. And if I'm right, you can subscribe to our channel. That is my wager to you. Number 3. Oddmar. Starting off for top 3 is Oddmar. It's an action-adventure 2D game which has you play as the most lovable little Viking. It is a puzzle platformer with one of the most beautiful backdrops in gaming. The art is very cute with bright, warm colors, and the animations are very fluid and avoid being repetitive.
This particular village was home to 2 young Vikings, Vasker and Oddmar, destined for greatness by decree of the gods themselves. Unfortunately, the gods did not tell them of this plan.
There are transition scenes that mix the aesthetic of the game and a cartoon comic book style, making it feel like you're taking part of a grandiose adventure. Although it is a platformer, the boss battles definitely do not lack excitement. The high-paced soundtrack only adds to this hype train. I, for one, would not like to be caught by that giant thing. Number 2. Assassin's Creed Identity. We tried to avoid mainstream adaptations for mobile so they don't flood the list, but this one is just too good not to mention. Assassin's Creed Identity stays true to its predecessors and lets you live the life of a true assassin in Italy. Don't worry, there will still be a lot of parkour and stabbing people in the back while midair. Although it is a fast-paced game, the mobile controls keep up pretty well so you never have to slow down. And the graphics are top caliber for a mobile game, so much so that it's hardly distinguishable from some of the earlier renditions of Assassin's Creed for PC. Number 1. Black Desert. And in first place we have an absolute amazing mobile MMO, Black Desert. If you had to name one game which could prove that mobile games can be as good as PC or console games, it would be Black Desert.
You don't have any place to go, do you? I can offer you a place to stay in exchange for doing some work around town.
It has some of the best animations and effects I've seen in a mobile game, an extensive character creation catalog, and a huge open world. The gameplay is a mix of manual and automatic commands, but the balance is very well executed, so it never gets too repetitive, nor feels like a quick-time event. Honestly, not enough can be said about the picturesque landscapes and the intense, flashy combat. And I think even the worst of mobile game naysayers have to admit this game deserves to get recognition. What's your favorite Android or iOS game with high graphics? Let us know in the comments below. And if you learn about a new epic mobile game through this list, make sure to say thank you by hitting that like button, subscribing, and turning on notifications.